few things. Always trying to get one up and got nowhere. So this is just carrying on from last. I've done the last 2 Fridays live and they've been okay. So I thought I'd give it another go, but because those vegan guys do Saturday, do Friday this week, I've decided to do Saturday. So let's see how it goes. No one's in the house at the moment, but I'm just gonna drink a bit of tea and this might work and it might not work. Here's hoping it works. What am I doing? I have to use my laptop to get the questions because it makes it life so much easier because they come up on the screen and I have to keep pressing to see them again. So schoolboy errors. I tried doing the advanced, I was going to do it, that never worked apparently. So the idea is I do Fridays and then Saturdays so that I do not give up. I'm trying, like I said, my laptop's on the go slow. It'll go well. How's things going there? You had a good weekend. It's the coronation weekend. Seen absolutely none of it, to be honest with you. It's not my thing. Not interested. So I'm not going to lie. But I went to watch my daughter play netball in the regionals this morning. They got promoted, which is a great start. And it's been a good day for that. So just like my laptop's here. It's an old laptop, and I might need to replace it. So I've got anyone out there who wants to leave a comment if you see this later on. A Chromebook's any good because Chrome, I'm figuring with the Google side of things, could be useful, but make life a little bit easier. But it's giving me some heads up now, so let's see if it does this. Yeah, are Chromebooks any good is the question I've got. I mean, I'd love to have the iMac with the M2 processor, but with the money and the amount of money I've recently spent. Okay, I've read that. With the amount of money I spent on my car since the beginning of the year, with the collection, it just I'd like to save a bit more. So do I old horses and use my old laptop still, or do I go down the route and get a Chromebook, or do I just go and spend some of my savings and get a MacBook Pro? Well, the M2 processor, I'm not saying it. The longer I leave it, the better the MacBook I can get. So yeah, if you've got an opinion on that, I'd be honestly much appreciated. We'll see how this goes. Apparently there are 2 people in the house, so welcome, thank you. And I hope you're doing well. If you've got any questions, please ask, but I'm just trying to figure out what's going on here because I put my laptop up purely so that I can, there's always a bit of a delay on it, but I can see questions longer on there, whereas I can't see questions when I do on here. They come up for a split second and they disappear. I mean, this might be the wrong thing to have done, but maybe I should have done Sundays, maybe I shouldn't do lives, but we'll figure it out. Yeah, it's a bit quiet at the start last Friday even, but the Friday before was really good. So it's a case of me waffling on until a few people come on, if they do come on and interact, and if they don't, well, that's fair enough too. You can't make it, and it's a coronation day, isn't it? So like I said, I hope the weather's been nice where you are, and just thought there could be coronation parties going on. Yeah, there's a lot of things that could be going on, so this might not work. But what I will do during this process, I want to talk a bit. I'm going to bring up a comment about a few things. Big story about egg sausages reducing their number of vegans, which I will talk about in a bit. I'm going to do my food review update, keep it up to date, and I'll do it on these live reviews because people can come back and watch them, can't they? And they can have an opinion, which is always gratefully received. And why? I'll tell you what, I'll start now, and I'll do it with this one. Family 4 recommend and suggest I should go for the double McPlant burger with fries. And I'm not a massive McDonald's fan, so I'm not going to. And I was putting it off, and I went to go, and then I saw a report, and I looked into it, and pardon me, not feeling. Pardon me, sorry. Yes, I did. The McPlant burger is completely vegan. No ifs, no buts. They wouldn't dare say it was me. The fries aren't. They use a beef seasoning in there. So, and I double checked it, and yeah, they're not. So, just so you guys know, I didn't know this. I assumed, but to assume is to make a you and me, and they say to assume is to make an ass out of you and me. So, yeah, McDonald's fries aren't vegan, shamefully. So, I thought well, they cooked in beef. It's not. It's to do with the beef seasoning they use on the fries for the frame. So, McDonald's fries are not vegan. So, I shan't be bothering to go and try the McPlant because if you can, I'm not going to go and buy fries from somewhere else. Or, there's all this. You go to a chip shop and you buy fries, and they've been cooked in with I just can't be bothered, to be honest. And I've bought myself some more burgers to do at some stage, which I think are in the food review. So we'll leave it until we get to them on that. So understand, we all learn things all the time. There are all those little secret ingredients, aren't there, you don't know about. But McDonald's fries aren't vegan, so I'm going to leave that there and say that's the reason why I've backed out going for the plant. What's the point? It's the same when I've done it before when KFC first did their vegan chicken burger. I don't even know if they do it anymore. I haven't even looked. But KFC, I'll have a quick look actually. But KFC did a burger and but the fries were cooked in with the chicken. So I know. It's pathetic, really, but you'd think they don't want the money, really, do they? And then there was a big article, which I found, but let's just check. I'm just looking on my phone about vegan burger. Do they still do it? Our original vegan is available in over 900 restaurants. There is a couple of restaurants that want to have the vegan burger on their menu. Okay, but that's a bit of an old. When was that done? 11 herbs and spices, 0 chicken. When was that? It doesn't say when. So I presume that the KFC burger site. Hello, there's 2 more watching. I'm just talking about why McDonald's fries aren't. It's been announced that aren't vegan. So I shan't be trying the McFlat burger. I'm sorry, I've lost one. Boredom already with McDonald's, so get on that. Yeah, I had to look, and then I'm going to quickly check up, and there is enough. I want to find out quickly. I'm just going to check something on the sausage I want to talk about, and I've got a theory on this. There was a story going about that egg vegan. Obviously, I've bored people already. 2 joined and 2 left. So sorry about that. Right. Hopefully you get that. Sorry about this. It's been a very slow start, hasn't it? Really. So something's come up on there. I can't read that. Sausage company Eck is reducing its range of meat-free products, citing lack of consumer appetite, which I don't believe to be the case, to be honest. So the Yorkshire-based firm is shelving products of most of its vegan range of sausages and burgers. Co-founder Jamie Kelby, or whatever. Sorry, not being pronounced it. Keeble. Said shoppers were not there yet when it's come to buying vegan products. That was 2 days ago. How about this? Heck, just think about it. You never watched this, but it's a fact, and there are more vegan sausages out there than there have ever been before. And in 6 months' time, there'll be more than there are now. So we have a greater variety. And I do a food review all the time. When was the last time I only very, very, very rarely get the Eck ones when they're on offer, and I don't even know. I quite often go for things like the Plant Chef, which are cheaper than your offer ones, and they're better. So, it's not about lack of consumer appetite. Respect for you doing it, but it's no different from you doing it to Richmond doing it. How about, let's get the facts straight, there are more options out there. There are more vegans out there. Look at the vegan camp out. Look how many are going to vegan camp out. I know there's I think it's 15,000 are going already. So I think you've got your fact. I think just your bruised ego where your sales have reduced. Yes, they've reduced, but you haven't got the great. You've got. I don't understand. You've got a vast array, but nothing as close. You've got nothing in the region of. I don't even know if Beyond are doing their sausages anymore. I mean, I know they were. I was a bit gutted when I saw they were being discontinued. I don't know if they do them or not. But the Beyond sausage is far greater than yours. This isn't sausage. This isn't. Is a much greater sausage than yours. In fact, I'll go as far as to say, don't like saying this, honestly, guys, but Richmond's vegan sausage is better than yours. And I know people that will buy the Linda McCartney because of respect that they were the fourth. She was the forefather of vegetarian and vegan food. So it's no good you saying the not there yet. I think it's a case of we have more options and we're going to try them. You've got you've got Heck, you've got Richmond, you've got Plant Chef, you've got Plant Kitchen, you've got Plant Menu, you've got OMV or whatever for the Asda brand. I'm sure Morrison's have got one or two of their own as well, maybe. I don't know, but there are so many different ones out there. I don't think it's a case of we're not there yet. If we weren't there yet, why your sales have gone down? It's not because the vegan trend has gone down, but or consumer consumption, it's going up. If anything, it's going up. Big January is a great time, and don't come back with another 5 brands of X sausages. Get your house in order if you're going to do a vegan sausage. Make it a good vegan sausage, and we'll come to you. It's just a fact. And you've done the burgers. Apparently, I didn't even realise that did burgers. I do actually, but your burgers are so far down the pecking order. I mean, there are all sorts of burgers, aren't there, out there? And there are so many ranges. But you're not going to. There's one I'm going to talk about in a minute. But then there's Beyond. This isn't the Richmond burger. I mean, then you've got all the supermarket own brands from the Plant Chef, Plant Kitchen, Plant Menu. You will do well if you get your act together, and do it right, Don't say that the consumer is going down, because I don't agree with that, and I find that quite insulting, to be honest. We're not there yet. 20 years ago, I'd have loved it not to have been there yet, but I'm trying to be a testament to the fact that we are there. I just think you've got I think your wording was wrong. And fair play to you for doing a vegan sausage, but you're not, you're not right on that one. I don't believe you're right on that one. Okay, so I've just some more people have joined. Thank you for joining. I hope you're well. Enjoying your Saturday. Please leave comments, leave questions. Please ask away, because it helps it flow a lot easier. I was just explaining, if you go back later on, about the comment from Eck about the vegans not being there yet, and then also about the McDonald's fries not being vegan. But don't want to go on that. I lost 2 watchers when I mentioned McDonald's earlier, so let's leave it there. Yes, apparently the KFC burger is still going. I haven't tried a Burger King Whopper yet, and there are some of their options. And you can go to places all around, and they're all over the country, aren't they? And there are great alternatives all around. But have you noticed that even Witherspoon's use a Beyond Burger to put it out there compared to the Egg? So it's an interesting concept that we're not there yet. I just find it a bit insulting, to be honest with you. I have to be careful with allergens, which is why I rarely eat out. Currently, allergen guide valid until states. Oh, sorry, can I find that? I want to read your question. Sorry, I'm just trying to get on the laptop to see what your question was. How does this work? I'm trying to see your question. Sorry, please bear with me. I really want to see your question. Well, this is going to be a night. Bear with. I'm trying to read your question. Your allergen guide, McDonald's used to not be disrespectful. You said it goes to May the 9th, which is just coming up, isn't it? But let's see what you said. I've made a mistake there, because last week I had the questions here. Why haven't I got the questions here this time? I thought I had it right. Respectful, you said it goes to May the 9th. Their fries are vegan. What's going on? No, it's not. Bear a sec. I thought the fries were vegan, so bear with me. Just turn this off. Let me find it for you. Came up. Yeah, I thought they were vegan too, and apparently they're not. It's the top question: are McDonald's fries vegan? So, now they've changed it to the US McDonald's fries are not vegan, but the process still involves the ice. If I put vegan in UK. Now it would just right. Sorry, this is big news here. McDonald's quickly responded that while some countries do use animal fats in their fries, it is not true in the UK, where they can be eaten both as vegetarian. The fact that they're not coated in any fats animal, according to the McDonald's website, 27th of April 2020. I'm sorry. Thank you for your comment. Yeah. There was a big outcry that McDonald's. I was explaining earlier, if you weren't here, that McDonald's fries. There was a big post that they were using. They were coated in, but now they've changed. So that was, when was that? I didn't see this. I saw the other one. See, the trouble is when you put McDonald's fries vegan, it come out differently. So I do apologise. The McDonald's fries are vegan, so I can try the. So Family 4 told me to try the McPlant, a double McPlant with fries, and now I can. Which sounds, I didn't during the week, and that was my excuses because they weren't vegan apparently. But apparently, that is no longer the case. So thank you for your comment there. No, I'm vegan. Oh yeah, you've put a few comments before, haven't you? So I really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah. So apparently, McDonald's fries are vegan. So I've got to apologise there, and thank you for putting me up on that because I really do appreciate it. But yeah, there was an article, and I did read it out earlier about. But when I put in the UK, so it's apparently the fries in America aren't vegan. Then sorry. All you can do is apologise when you get it wrong, isn't it? I hold my hands up and say, yeah, I read an article which said they weren't, and assume that was UK. I did not put in it when I questioned it. McDonald's fries vegan in the UK. I put McDonald's fries vegan, and so the response was from the American side of things. So yeah, I just got to apologise on that one, and I don't know why I put that on now because I can't remember. But yeah, have you got any more comments or any questions you'd like to ask? Please just fire away because it, like I said, it really helps the system go. And the irony is I'm going to do the food review of the latest update, and when I do that, the questions will come out and I'll stop to go to that. So I might as well start though. Just bear with me a second. I've got it all sorted out. What I'm going to start with. I tried these OMV, which is the vegan range from Asda, I believe now. No steak and gravy slices, and I've cooked them in the air fryer. And I've had them once before, but they are really, really nice. And to warm them right through in 6 minutes in the air fryer. If I was to give that, I'm going to give that a 7 out of 10. So, and this is how I do. I usually do a separate video. Who that was my tea yesterday? Janet Shaw's. Who was at my tea yesterday? What, the fries or the OMV burgers, like I said? Yeah. Oh, fruit, as that was my tea yesterday. I'm glad that, I've read it properly. Yeah, these things, it's unfortunate, isn't it, that sometimes, I mean, I watched those vegan guys did a video, and they were saying that you can go to the free from and it says no, what did they use? Yeah, I'm going to McPlant Hill. Yeah, well, I'm going to do that. As Lucy from Family 4 said, I've got to try, and Rich said, or Rich, one of them said, I've got to try the double McPlant and fry, so I will. But my McDonald's is crazy busy. It's busy all the time. It's manic, and you'd have to wait quite a while to get in. So while I'm waiting, in case anyone else, staple go-to, and the sheep at fast level, I always say that, the rich tea biscuits from Tesco's, for 60 pence. They've gone up to 60 pence now, but they're great, and I'll give them a 7 out of 10. The other week I bought, I had to use it by the 4th. I bought the Moroccan-inspired hummus, and I've had the one from Sainsbury's, which is really good. And I'm not a fan of Sainsbury's, but Sainsbury's hummus is really good. The Tesco's Moroccan-style own brand is really good. I didn't enjoy this one. In fact, so much so that after a few dips, I decided that it was. I really didn't like it. I will persevere with something if I don't like it, but that went into the food compost, to be honest with you. So 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10. Tea bag, really expensive tea bags, but they're my favourite tea bag at the moment. But I do I restrict my usage of them to 1 or 2 a night, to be honest with you. And I'm going to give them a 9 out of 10. I can't remember what I did before. I had these for my tea tonight, which I've got to do this one. Richmond meat-free sausages. Heck, this is what I was talking about earlier. I can't stand the brand, but as a company, but they're doing the right thing and they're great. So I'm going to give them 8 out of 10. In case you're going to keep bringing it. They're not cheap. They're imported from Germany, of all places. Yeah, I noticed that. Produce of the UK and Germany, which is crazy, isn't it? But as a treat, and I did 3 meals with them, so I'm going to give them 8 out of 10. It was £2.59. Jane always starts taking the mick at me now. I've converted to the apple strudel until I go back to the rhythm fruit. I'm going to give that 8.5 out of 10. Can't remember what score I gave it before. It might be creeping up it's creeping up, isn't it? So 8.5 out of 10. So, and then, Plant Kitchen no chicken Kievs. It's an expensive treat because I had this with yesterday's tea, and it's £4 for the 2, but they are so good. That's a 9 out of 10. It's the best vegan Kiev out there. I used to like the Tesco one. I can't stand the Sainsbury's one, but that is the best one. And I'm not something I'm going to have massively, but when I do, I think I'm going to stick with that one because the Plant Kitchen, because it's there for me, to be honest with you. 9 out of 10. Then I haven't had these in years, but I picked some up. Yeah, Linda McCartney, and they are. It makes me chuckle. Linda, you've got. It's not been around for decades now, unfortunately. Linda McCartney, vegetarian sausage rolls, vegan approved. Why don't you call them vegan sausage rolls and do so? I cooked them in the air fryer. I haven't had them in years. The palaver. I'm going to give those 7 out of 10. They are good, but maybe I was just reminiscing on the past sort of thing. You know what I mean? I don't know. 7 out of 10. But yeah, you should market vegan. And I've gone, and I'm not. I wish I wasn't. Sometimes with work and it's manic, I had one of these the other day, and I picked 4 up from Holland and Barrett, where they're on offer at the moment. They're usually £3.50 for a 500 gram. It's really expensive, especially when they brag about how cheap their meals are. When these are £3.50, they could easily be £2.50 and they'd make a profit. But they taste so good. I bought 3 flavours. Not try. I've never had the strawberry and cream before. It was lovely, and if you can get them at London Barrett's on offer, they work out at £2 something. You get buy one get one half price. So do the maths. That was good. Give that a 9 out of 10. But it is a luxury, and I respect that. Richmond meat-free meatballs. I did these the other night in the sweet and sour sauce, and I didn't enjoy it. But I think about no beef. It was my fault. It's not their fault. So I'm going to leave the jury's out on those, because I know that their range of vegan runes are pretty good. But I don't ever do that sweet and sour dish I did, because I think it was a combination of the beef artificial beef flavouring, and the fact that the sweet and sour sauce was from Aldi and it was awful. I shouldn't say that. I think I've got the jar here somewhere there. I got these from 79p. These I got from Farm Foods, and we don't have an Erin down here. I wish we did, because I see the bar. They were 79p for 300 grams of protein. Someone said it's 120. Someone said to me it's 10.5 grams, and I pointed out, and they were gracious enough to give me a thumbs up. It's 300 grams and it's 10.5 for 100 grams. I mean, if you can get over the fact of the starry shapes and all the rest, and you can get past that, it's a cheap, wonderfully iron protein meal, you know. And there's someone else doing. If this is not what I normally do, is what I do now. During the talk, if ask any questions you've got, please do. But I do a review on the foods and give a score out the foods that I've tried over the last week or so, or since the last time. Tesco sweet and sour cooking sauce is the best out there, even though I do add a bit of extra pineapple and mushroom while having tomato. I'll give that one 9 out of 10. I've been generous with some scores, but I won't with others. Picked up myself a bag of Percy pigs because they're all vegan now. Look at that. This sign that vegan. Oh, great treat. 8.5 out of 10. There was something different about those ones, I think. I can't remember what it was. But I really enjoyed them, to be honest. The Viva Hera plant steaks. They are a great steak alternative. The Vera. Love them, to be honest. I'm really am a fan. So I am 9.5 out of 10. Real life scorers. Gintz's corn pasty. Had it again. I'll give that a 7.5. A lot of the food I've eaten awfully the last week as well, so please, it's not, you know, forgive me. M&S Plant Kitchen, and that's another range, so they must do a sausage as well. And then you get the, oh no, clearly marked vegan, all the reds, no good for you, but $2.25 a packet, solid 8.5 out of 10 for them. Yeah. Cumberland Stuff, Plant Chef. We're talking about the 7 out of 10. Done that already on one, so I don't need to do 2 of them. Eat Real hummus chips, chili and lemon. 7.5 out of 10, possibly 8. 8. Do that in a minute. I've got the can. The cherry ones are lush. Cherry bagel, cherry bagel, cherry bagel. Is that Percy Pigs by any chance? I didn't see. And I'll ask. I'm always worried about things cherry bakewell because I'm allergic to nuts. Cherry bakewell scares the jeebus. I'd have to make sure there were no almonds in it, if whatever it is, because of the flavour. The Aldi range actually vanilla flavour. Wasn't a fan. Plant Kitchen cookies. They do a bake. I'll have to check. Do you know they only had the 2 in my master? They had the double chocolate and the chocolate chips, and that's all they had. I will look out for them though. So I had the blueberry one as well, and I'll be honest with you, I gave Peggy, my dog, half the pot so it won't hurt her. Because between the 2, I'll give them 6 out of 10 just for trying. And I've had a lot of feedback, and we'll go into that about the supermarkets in a minute. But I'll just finish these off. A few things. The vegetable noodles, 7 out of 10. This, if you ever see this anywhere, vegan spicy roasted banana blossom. Got it in a jar. I got it from the vegan restaurant I went to the other week when I was there. That jar, which is 100 grams. It's full though. That pack, it's full. It's lush. I realised that's what they use for their crispy beef, vegan crispy beef. That banana blossom, roasted banana. It's an amazing. I love it. Gonna give that a 10. And when I go there next, I'll pick up another. I'll pick a couple and start doing a few good things with it. This sweet and sour sauce was awful. I don't know. Please, was it just me to have a bad jar? I got this from Aldi. I did not like it, so I'm going to give it 4 out of 10. But I didn't like it, and maybe I'm being a bit too harsh. Lotus Biscoff Crunchy. I do like the Aldi one, which is the own brand, but I picked this up. I always pick this up in Tesco's when it's on offer, and it's great. So I'll give that 8 out of 10. And the last thing that I'm going to do a food review on today is these Future Burgers. They're on offer still at Tesco's. They are so beef burger like. It's scary. 2 for £2 at the moment. If you like a burger, give them a go. At that price, honestly, they're really, really good. I'm going to give them 9.5 out of 10. I'm just going to chuck all this in the bag, ready for recycling. All I do is a noise for a second. I'll do all these things and then be dark outside. I'll put them in the recycling tomorrow night. Tomorrow morning even. But thank you for putting up with me through that. And yeah, I get a lot of comments on the things about, and a lot of guys love out. I'm envious of all you guys that have got an heron because we haven't. And I went to Farm Foods last week bought some dried figs, those moon things, and they only had one box in there, and that's it. And I thought, I might have picked up some frozen spinach, and it was I don't like going in. I don't like having to do two shops to do a food shop. My time is precious. I'm self-employed, so my time is precious to me. And if I have to go to two supermarkets, and I do find that Tesco's takes it all the faff most of the time out of the way for me. I did pop into our Asda for convenience lunchtime, and it was quiet in there because of the coronation. I understand that, and I took advantage of that, and so I truly just took advantage of it. Right, so but I have two Aldis, one a mile southwards, and one 3/4 of a mile north. The north one's great, but it's always understaffed. It's always manic, and the shelves are always half empty. I think I've hit it all on the head. And I went in there a week or so ago, and they had no fresh. In fact, I took a picture, and I didn't know if I posted or not, where the vegan stuff was, and it was nothing to do with vegan. It was not vegan at all, where it was. And I went up and down 3 times, and trying to get someone to ask, and they look at you like you're stupid. And like everyone else, I've been vegan for a while, over 3 years now, so I do tend to know what I'm doing when I'm looking for a food shop. It's a waste. And then I go to the newer one, which hasn't even opened yet, and there are half-hearted vegans there in the supermarket. A few times I've been there, and I will say the north side-bound one, the frozen, had a great selection of frozen vegan items. The southbound one had not a single thing in the vegan aisle, the pies and what have you. They'd moved it all, and they didn't have it. The freezers were out apparently, so they didn't think, we'll move something else or condense something else down. They just took the vegan stuff out and left it empty. So I never have any luck there. And I'm a bit like that with Lidl as well, so I don't tend to go there. So please, if you've got questions to ask, if you've got a preference where you like to food shop, please say. I mean, Marks and Spencer's do some cracking foods, but it's really expensive in there compared to even Tesco's, which isn't the cheapest place. I know Lidl and Aldi, and what can I say? It's always going to be my preference. So Tesco's, that is. So do you prefer Waitrose? Do you prefer Morrison's? Do you prefer the Co-op? I haven't done a proper food shop in a Co-op. Almost 18 years, and I know that just because I remember when I did it. A little village one, which was a big Co-op in a village nearby. I used to work that way, but it's just not convenient for me or practical for me. I tend to go over. I'll give anyone a go if I'm picking something up on the fly or what have you. I mean, for heaven forbid, I just bought a sourdough loaf from Aldi today, and it was £3.50. It was in their best range one, but it's nice. And I'll upload my short later on, and you see I made it fried bread with sourdough, but I bought it because it's a quality bread, and I wanted some sandwiches tomorrow and a few other bits and pieces. I thought, well, give it a go. You wouldn't normally. I was in there. We tend to between Aldi and Tesco's. That's cool. Do you ever find when you go to Aldi that you get everything you want on your list? Just out of curiosity, because I'm finding I'd love to be able to go more to Aldi, but I'm struggling with Aldi. And it's like I did that. Sorry, Janet. I did a challenge where I went to a different supermarket every week, and when I went to Aldi, I ended up going somewhere. I went to Aldi, I went to Waitrose, Waitrose, and Morrison's to keep away from Tesco's, and I still didn't get what was on my list. And I do find that very frustrating. Where I will give Sainsbury's, I don't go to that often, but they keep throwing in those vouchers at me, and Tesco's. I can tend to, there's 5 options of a vegan sausage there, isn't there? You know what I mean? Which is probably why Eka complaining so much. But yeah, apparently though, Eka's still doing 60,000 sausages. Yeah, 60,000 sausages a day. So that's what 60. Okay, I just got it again. Oh, I just read that. Right. Your message just came back up, so I read it into. Yeah, more or less. if we need sandwich stuff, or fancy, we go to Tesco's. I'll tell you one thing with Tesco's is they do have deals on the pizza, don't they? Do you go for the fresh or the frozen? Because obviously, I've had the margarita one a few times and the Plant Chef fresh, but I've never had the mushroom one. It's not my thing. But then they do the Wicked Kitchen fresh, don't they? And then they do the frozen ones, and the Goodfellow ones are on offer with the jackfruit on offer again at the moment. But I'm not a massive flamboyant cheese on toast fan, as I've always called pizza. So yeah, that's good. So yeah, that's interesting. Sandwich stuff. What kind of stuff? I'm going to be making some. I'm going to do either. I might do both actually. Chickpea tuna and Jack Monroe's Coronation chickpea. Yeah, Coronation chickpea. Jack Monroe's. I might be doing them tomorrow. That's why I bought the fancy bread, so I could do some fancy sandwiches. And I thought, yeah, I like the Jack Monroe Coronation chickpea, and I do love the chickpea tuna. And if I do the chickpea tuna, I tend to baked potatoes, which I haven't got any, but I can work around that. The Coronation, the chickpea tuna is brilliant in sandwiches. It's brilliant with salad. It's brilliant in a jacket potato. It's a very diverse item. But yeah, that's interesting. Trouble is, there was also, if you go to Aldi a fair bit, do you find that the price difference is really different? Because I have noticed that Tesco's, just everything is going up and up and up, and I don't know, it's not my job to guess what people's opinions are, but it just seems that at the moment, absolutely everything. I'm trying to get my cable to put my charger back in. Do you see it? Everything generally frozen. Goodfellow. I'm going to read that. Sorry. Get that on charge. They're on exactly the same. I've got some of their squeaky bean pastrami, which is also why for the fancy bread. The bread, hopefully, I might have to put the slice of bread up tomorrow and put some in the freezer, because that squeaky bean is really, really nice. Okay. The corn ham, I've had to be honest with you, the only time I've had the corn ham is when I've been to Costa and had a corn ham and cheese toasty. But my circumstance, I'm self-employed. I travel around all the time. I'm only a dog walker, but it's always cheaper at Tesco's, but because there's more. Yeah, that's it. They have a lot more buying power, don't they, Tesco's? Yeah, but yeah, I've had the Costa, and I know it's expensive buying things out, and I do feel guilty. I can't get a full shop at Aldi to spread myself between Aldi, Asian supermarket for Porsches. No, I'm thinking, okay, that's interesting. Right, my Lidl's absolutely atrocious, and there's a big new one in town which I've never been to, but we've got a massive one, actually about a quarter of a mile from the Aldi, and but I realised it was supermarket. No, I'm vegan. Sorry, you're okay. Asian, 10, 15 years ago, I go to Asian supermarkets a lot and buy all these different things. I've got some, but I haven't been for ages, and I really got to pop into town and do that. The Porsches, yeah, because I've noticed at Tesco's, things like the dried Porsches, like the lentils and all, they've gone right up, haven't they? Everything's going up all the blimmin' time. It's kind of scary, but yeah, okay. But I've noticed we're all in the same boat. We seem to be going to the same kind of places, which is genuinely, honestly, it's interesting because, is it because the other places are too expensive? I mean, take example. I know Marks and Spencer's, and I'm not. I'll go in there and spend a tenner now and again, but I'm not a massive. I would never dream of doing a full shop in there. But they have quite a substantial range of vegan stuff, and I think they're on board, and it's kind of interesting. I know. I'm not feeling too great, to be honest, but pardon me. Whereas Waitrose is really expensive. Sorry about this. Waitrose are really expensive, and they don't have the greatest range either. So don't know. And do you ever go to, any of you guys ever go to Morrison's? Got any feedback there? I mean, I went there the other month. I didn't enjoy the experience at all. But their donuts were vegan and they were great, to be honest with you. That was the highlight of my shop there when I went there on a Sunday. Asda's okay for bits and pieces, and they have a few quirky. I'm kind of intrigued with. They've got this new range at OMV, and they're trying to. Asda seems to be doing a lot of different things with this OMV range, and that's quite impressive. You know, it's quite an impressive thing to see. So, you know, I gave a score to those steak bakes, and they're good. But I've no. I'm not trying to be negative and say things. Yeah. So yeah. Have you got anyone got any questions or anything? You know, because that's always interesting. You know, it's you know, your points of view are just as important as anything else. It depends on the size. We have a food all in town, but a very little vegan stuff. But 3 miles of the road is a totally different story. Is that for what's Jeanette Shaw's? Depends on food all in town. Is that what supermarket is that? Is that Morrison's, Asda, Aldi, Lidl? But that is the same story everywhere, isn't it? I just don't think my Aldis have got their act together. They've got two, and they could between the two of them do something, and they don't seem to. So it's kind of a M&S. Yeah, they're everywhere, aren't they? We've got a big one in town, but I've got quite a decent one. We've got a trade park down the road, and in a small block within a mile radius of all of them, you've got Aldi, Sainsbury's, a massive Iceland, a huge Iceland, which I don't ever go to. It's just I've never got any room in my freezer, to be honest with you, so no point trying. So Aldi, Sainsbury's, Iceland, Lidl, and they're all within a few hundred metres of each other. And then half a mile down the road, you've got a Tesco's, and another few hundred metres from the Tesco's, you've got a Waitrose. So yeah, it's strange, isn't it? I don't get it. I mean, sure, if they all had one superstore each and they made the most of it, it'd be better. But I don't know. Me waffling on about supermarkets. Are there anything else you interested in or got questions on? Please just ask. I mean, you know, sometimes it's so different now, because the first time I did a live, I asked me anything questions, and I built up a catalogue, and I haven't got that today. So because I've answered them all. So. And I try to be transparent and answer questions straight away. So, you know, anything at all. And what I've got a couple of questions out there if anyone can help me with. What do you think about live cooking videos? Not long, but condensed down. If you like Bosch style, like when I put them in the process, like doing a coronation chickpea or a chickpea tuna, would that be of interest? Watching videos on cooking or anything like that? I know there are plenty of great chefs out there. Bosch do it. I don't watch Bosch anymore though. Happy Pear do, Gaz Oakley. But is that some interest? And if anyone's got any, I'm thinking about getting a Chromebook, and anyone got any experience with them? Know any pros and cons? I'd be interested in. And when I go off on like this, I seem to lose. I see my viewer count go up and down. It's gone back up. So sorry. So I'm trying to get rid of that. But no, you know, it's all new, this live, to me, to be honest, and I don't want to be apologising for 45 minutes. It's what you make of it, innit? And I do realise that a lot of people are out tonight because it's the coronation weekend. Be back to Friday next week, and hopefully talk. I mean, I can talk about a few different things, and I will. Seem to offend and lose, and the count goes down when you don't. But there's only so much you can honestly talk about, isn't there, if there's no interaction. And I do appreciate No I'm Vegan and Jeanette Shaw's for both commenting and adding pieces. It really does help. And you know, yeah, I don't know, to be honest, what to say, because live streams they sound like a great idea, but you've got to have some focus on it. I mean, I didn't want to bleep on and say that, you know, be negative, I may have come across a bit negative with the X. I just found that comment really stupid, you know. Um, I have no opinions on the coronation, one way or the other. Okay, that's interesting. Thank you. No, I'm thinking previously death or expired. I didn't know that. One of the things is I do want to start editing my videos properly, and the great is the best editing source out there, which is free. You can't get on Chrome either. So okay. Do you have an opinion on? I mean, do I get another laptop, or do I take the plunge and I know it's a costly expense, but I have an iPad, I have an iPhone, I don't have an iWatch. Do I get a MacBook? Do you have an opinion on that? Because I do appreciate the comment on that, and I've not heard about that, but I can believe it. It's like everything else in life; it's all limited, isn't it? Even Apple is. I've got a new phone this year because my old iPhone was. They don't last forever, do they? And unfortunately, but yeah, I can believe that about the Chromebooks. The thing about Chromebook I liked was because it's part of Google, isn't it? And YouTube's part of Google, and I know it's like giving them money, but I thought it might make my life a little bit easier. Maybe that was wishful thinking. So, do you have an opinion? Chromebooks can. That's the. Do you have a thought on MacBooks by any chance? Because I really do appreciate. I just need some help, and I'm a bit of a Neanderthal when it comes to technology, and I've got a few bits and pieces. I mean, I've got a proper blogging camera, and that's one of the reasons I want to upgrade so I can start doing proper blogging. It'd be nice to do videos with my GoPro when I'm out with the dogs, and use my blogging camera and do things a bit more professionally, you know, because the subscriber count is up there now, and I really do appreciate it. And I think that if you're going to sacrifice your time, which is the most precious thing you can give me, is your time. The way I can honour it is by doing the best I can. And at the moment, recording on this feels like I'm slightly shortchanging a few people now. I realise that, and it's all part of, isn't it? But you're also spending money out, and it is being vegan is a pathway and a lifestyle which I choose and I fully embrace. Doing YouTube and then spending money on, like, I've got a vlogging camera, and I've got the phone, I've got the stands, and I've got the lighting over there, and I've even got a desk here, just for practicality. It's all very well and good, but it doesn't. How can you put it? I want to say it properly. You got to be overdone, and that's all I would use the Mac for, to be honest, is editing. But I do love the YouTube, and I would like to spend more time doing proper things like editing in the future and all that. Just turn my lava light back on. Hopefully it come on and light up. I've got a lava lamp there, but it takes forever and ever to. That's been on for 2 hours and it's got nothing. You know, I'll have to check that out about the Chromebooks. I can believe it, which is. This is where knowledge comes in, isn't it? Okay. But yeah, have anyone got anything exciting planned for the weekend? You're a royalist, though. You're not a royalist. If you, to be honest, I couldn't give two oots about it. I watched my daughter play netball. Happy as Larry. Started at 10:30, finished on when it was a tournament. They won the whole thing, which is great. They've been promoted, fantastic. But that was far more. And then I got back and I found out that the coronation's happened. Well, it obviously inevitably would have. And he's officially, well, he's always officially, my terminology, see, because I've just got no interest. It upsets a lot of people with different things, and he's got a lot of controversial views, but so is everyone, and we all have. But difficult one, really, isn't it? So yeah, I can waffle on, but I'm quite aware that I'm up and down, and so I must be pretty boring for the ones I get. So I don't want to bore you too much. So, and to be honest, it was like this last week as well, because it's very difficult when you're new to the game of live stream. So I'll tell you, I'm going to go on for 10 more minutes, and then I'm going to call it a night, and then I'm going to do another one tomorrow, I think, if I feel better. And to be honest, I don't feel that magnificent or anything, so maybe calling it a night in 10 minutes' time would be the right way forward. But if you've got any questions, please get them in. If you've got any opinions, views, they are always appreciated, honestly. And even when people put comments on my food, oh, more processed food, blah blah, they're entitled to their opinion. So I always say thank you for your feedback. I don't always do it straight away. I sometimes leave it a day or two, but I always thank them for their feedback. So it's no harm in being nice, is it? Because anyone can be horrible. It's not the thing. Yeah. You know what? It's been a quiet one, isn't it? There are a few people in, but I don't want to take up your time for no reason at all. And I can waffle on. I do need to, if I'm going to do some structure, and I don't want to be negative because I could have talked about my car got broken into this week. Are you planning on kitchen equipment? With your daughter? Yeah. Sorry. Yes. No, I'm vegan. Yeah. Yeah. My daughter's got the Ninja. I did say that. Yes, I do plan. The thing is, to be honest with you, she was just focused on her netball because they got to a real high level of regionals. So I didn't want to pester them on that. And we've been out to. We live 10 miles apart, so it's not the easy thing. But I want to do a few things with my daughter. We're going to do the air fryers, so that will be coming pretty soon. Because I've got an Insta and I love it, and she's got the Ninja and she loves it. And I'm thinking, but the irony is, it's really difficult. I think buying for money, I've got the best deal, and I bought them the Ninja for Christmas. But I'm also thinking of doing, but I didn't want to do it as I've got the Ninja processor, which is fantastic. I love it, but I don't use it enough. So maybe I should start doing that. But yes, the equipment with the daughter is definitely up there. It's really difficult because at the moment I've just got the air fryer to do, but that could be something in the very, very near future. I'll have a word with her when I speak to her tomorrow because they're going on holiday for a week soon as well. So I might do it without my daughter, but just when I'm around there, use both that, take my air fryer around there and do it against theirs. But I'd like, if my daughter and son-in-law there, they can interact, and that would be fantastic because even though they bought me my air fryer and I bought them their theirs, we're completely frank and honest with each other, aren't we? So yes, that will definitely be happening. As for the processor, I've got the processor, I can do that. I've got a really old bread maker. I've got the Panasonic, I can tell you this now, I've got the Panasonic SD255. And the first opportunity during the lockdown, when I could see my daughter, she asked to borrow it, and I haven't had it back. But I also know they haven't used it since they've been back to normality. And so yes, I'm definitely going to be doing the comparing. And I've got a few other bits and pieces like Magic Bullet and all that I do, which is probably the most versatile piece of equipment I've got. But yes, I've probably taken 3 or 4 minutes to say yes, I'm going to do the videos. They are a list. I'm just doing I'm actually doing, believe it or not, and you won't tell it by these and the quality of the videos, because I've had it a year. I'm doing, and I've been focusing on it every night lately. I'm doing the Matt Diavella YouTube Creator Academy, which is why I asked the question about the Chromebook, because I've got the cameras, which I can't use. It's complicated. I can't use the camera with this laptop I've got here because it won't lock, it won't sync up. And so it's a long-winded way. You have to put it in, the cards and all that, and it should just sync up. And I'm thinking, but I will check that about the Chromebook, and I think it's kind of swayed me to go the other way. But yeah, I want to get the I wanted to get the right editing tool to have the right editing software so I can do proper things, because when I do something like that, I'd like to get it right, and give it a bit of time and make it the first one, and then if that works, do a few other things. But yes, no, I'm vegan. I am so sorry for waffling on about it, but yes, it's definitely right up there on my list of things to do. And I was also trying to find out, and I think I might be doing it with a friend's got a Tefal one, but they don't like it. But I'm thinking of doing 3. And, getting a packet of 6 sausages and cooking 2 in each, and we can split them up because it's not overindulgent. But if you've got any things you'd like me to try on the cooking, that's an idea quickly before I go in 5 minutes. If you want any suggestions, I was thinking of doing something like chips, fries even, homemade, or sweet potato wedges, some sausages definitely, because that was something I've talked a bit about tonight, is sausages, and sausages, chips, maybe some pies or some sausage rolls like the Linda McCartney, because you can put 2 in each one. They've got them. I can ask them what they find their pros and cons are, and I know what their pros are. They've got 2 compartments, but that's a con to me, because even though I live on my own, but I've got a compartment with a big tray, so I can put a tray inside of it to keep it, makes it easier. So, but we'll talk about that in the video, and I'll try and get that one ASAP, to be honest with you, because I think that's a great idea, and I thank you for bringing it up. I do have a list of books. Where is it? Is it here? It might be in the living room, actually. I've got a folder full of things, and while I'm there, I'll just I can never crack on with fries. Okay, well, I'll have a word with my son-in-law. Loves his cooking, to be honest. I'm onto that. Do you spray? I use one of those spray bottles. I can't think of the name of it. I don't want to go to the kitchen. It's a spray, and I spray them. But I'll tell you something. I do have a deep fat throat, and I've just bought the offer because I do like the crispy tofu. And what I tend to do is I do the crispy tofu. You don't want to know about the crispy tofu. That's a different story. Yeah. I'll be honest with you. I've not done perfect fries in the air fryer yet myself. I find when I buy the fries and you get a cheap, I always cost effective. I buy the cheaper ones and I haven't trusted. If I do my own, they're nowhere near as good. I'll be honest. But I think my son-in-law's got it pretty much correct, and he does his. My son-in-law's my daughter's father-in-law, whichever way. Keith, I don't know how to describe you, mate. You're never going to watch this, so that I can say his name. He wouldn't watch this. He wouldn't be interested. They actually do their roast in the air fryer. I mean, they put fat apparently in it, and they do roast potatoes and roast parsnips and all sorts. So, this is going to get interesting. And I might try and do a barbecue type one, but I don't know how that would work. I mean, maybe it won't be, or compare this to compare that, but maybe it can be a bit about what you can cook on the barbecue and make some stuff myself. Because there's an air fryer cookbook out as well, by the way. No, I'm vegan. I know there's a few, but there's been a couple released in the last couple of weeks, and I was looking at one. I haven't opened a page on it, to be honest. I looked at it, oh, that might be the one to get, But yeah, I'll tell you what. I'm going to try that. I've used my air fryer. Obviously, you've got an air fryer, and if we've got time to answer this, what one have you got out of curiosity? Because there are so many out there. I saw they were ranting and raving about one in Aldi last week, weren't there? That is meant to be top of the range. I love my Insta, but I can see my son-in-law used his the Ninja one they had the Christmas before for lots of things last Christmas. I've only had mine since December, and I didn't use it the first week I had it, and I've used it virtually every day since. Did you know I use my air fryer because it's got the different settings? And I really want to do some dehydrating, like banana. In fact, I should do that. But, waffle on Ian, I wanted to say, I've got a cookbook for mine somewhere as well. I'll have to dig that out. Have you ever done toast in the air fryer? Because it's fantastic. My toaster broke, and I do toast in the air fryer. And it's great. And when it's on offer, I picked up a couple of the flour butter. Oh, it's just like, it's a dream, the flora, but you want to get the flora out there. You want to get the flora out of the fridge a little bit while before, haven't you? Because it is like blocked. But it's a great butter. It's £2 normally at the moment, which I know butter is expensive, normal butter. But I picked a couple of blocks up when it was £1, and as soon as I see £1 again, I'll pick up 3 blocks next time and just put them. I'm kind of fortunate. I can think, well, when we can. A sort of dual air. Okay, dual air. It has. Right. I do the. Mine has 5 settings on it. It's a single, so it's not a sort of dual. And I'll have a look at yours online. I will do. But I haven't used the dehydrator yet because the reason is because it says the amount of time it takes. But I can imagine it does a dehydrator. I've always wanted a dehydrator, and my point is the dehydrator. Oh, I can you spell it out? It could be a bit of a palaver in my one, whereas the dehydrator has layers, and I've always thought about getting one, but I'd never utilise it or make it. You know, I've got an hand whisk. This is the kind of person I am. I've got an hand whisk which I've had over 20. I've had the hand whisk over 25 years. It's got a crack in it, and I used to use it all the time. And I used to make cakes. I've made 1,000 cakes with that easily, and I still love it. But yeah, see, sorry, I know I can waffle on and go on different. The toast. If you've got a grill setting on yours, just saying on my one, I put it on for 4 minutes, and I tend to put the toast in for the preheat as well. And it's actually a little bit over. Just because I like to just leave it and walk off for 4 minutes, and not wait for 2 or 3 minutes into it. But it works if you've got a grill setting on it. Try it on that. If not, try it on the air fryer. It's a piece of bread at the end of the day. If you've got an odd piece of bread, I don't think you can go too far wrong experimenting with a piece of bread and toast, is it? You know, and get it right for your setting on yours. Maybe you put it on for 3 minutes, but then leave it a few minutes after it turns itself off, because it will just go rock hard. But you know, there's getting that balance right on your one. But I hope you enjoy your sort of dual air fryer. Yeah, they're an amazing gizmo, gadget, toy, whatever you want to call them. And yeah, we've just gone over the hour mark, and I am going to go. And I tell you what, and I will advertise it earlier. Give it a go. I will do a live tomorrow, because I'm thinking practice makes perfect. I might have come up with some bits and bobs by then, because tomorrow's another day. And I will honestly take on board what you said about the Chromebook and look into that. A bit like apologies for earlier when I said that the vegan fries from McDonald's weren't vegan, because they are, and that was my mistake, because I read an article from America, not the UK. I did not put in our UK fries in the McDonald's UK fries, and that's what I should have done. So I do apologise for that. If you've got this fry and you haven't, give it a thumbs up. It'd be fantastic. Please have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much if you've stuck with me to this. Do appreciate it. I really do. So thank you very much. Please take care and stay safe, and I will do another one tomorrow, because it's a long weekend, isn't it? And let's just see how this goes. Good enjoy. So thank you, and especially No I'm Vegan and Jeanette Shaw's, thank you so much for your comments. They really help. It does help to progress and go along with this. But I'm going to leave this tonight now. So it's quite early, and hopefully you can enjoy your evening. I will definitely be on. What I will do, No I'm Vegan, I will put a timer, and I will commit to that later. I've got to go somewhere. I'd love to do it afternoon, but I've got to go somewhere short for a short period of time. But I'll sort it out, and I'll put it out. Take care. Thank you for watching. Till tomorrow. Thank you. Bye. And get your questions in ready for tomorrow if you've got any. Thank you.